Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is your host Slizzard, and today I'm going to tell you a story about how I got Soundwave. So let me paint a picture on that day. I was sitting on my living room couch like a degenerate, looking at Facebook Marketplace for ads for Transformers. Meanwhile, my wife was nursing our crying 1-year-old child, and our 2-year-old toddler was just restless and wouldn't sleep. It had just snowed 5 centimeters that evening, and I was having car problems all week since my battery was having a 50% chance of starting that evening. An ad pops up for Legacy Soundwave for $25. I message the guy and I ask him, is everything okay with it? And he says, it is mint. I just recently told my wife that I would slow down on buying toys since it was getting out of hand. I was buying like 1 or 2 or 3 a day. I go to tell her I'm leaving to pick something up, and I leave my 2 children with her as I drive out to grab that Soundwave in the blizzard with my almost dead car battery. I know, terrible life choices. The road was so slippery. My car barely gripped the road. Every stop and start, my car would just slip as I headed towards this man's home who had a face tattoo in a not so great part of town. But I was set. Nothing could stop me from getting Soundwave. As I arrived at his place, he brought the figure out and I quickly inspected it and I handed him some cash. At this point, I was feeling lucky and went with the whole, if you don't know, you won't know unless you ask philosophy. So I went and that's how I got my wife. But that's another story for another time. I asked him, do you have any more figures for sale? And he says, let me check. He shows me 3 other Studio Series 86 figures for $20. There was Cup, Preceptor, and Jazz. So I grabbed Jazz as well, and I got back in my car to drive home. Remember earlier I mentioned that the car battery was sketchy, and sometimes it wouldn't start? That was all week that week. The battery is pretty much dead, because I had the car sitting for 2 years during COVID. I did bring a booster pack, but after 3 attempts of getting it started, I didn't even need the booster pack. The car started. It was my lucky day. So I came home, and my wife was able to put our toddler to bed, but she was still nursing our infant. She was really tired. She says, don't you already have Legacy Soundwave? Of course I do. It's still in the box here. I tell her, you won't believe it. I also got Jazz. So you bought another one as well, she says. I thought you were going to stop. So then I showed her this. Bam! It came with Laserbeak and Ravage. Who'd have thought for $25 you get all 3 of them? She looked at me like I was crazy. There was something wrong with me. But she was too exhausted to argue with me. Thank God. And I showed her the figures again. I said, look. They both turn into cassette tapes. This one turns into a bird, and this one turns into a jaguar. She didn't get it. I don't know, there's no way to explain it. They just turn into cassette tapes. They go in his chest. Then I showed her Jazz, and I showed her it turns into a Porsche 935 Turbo. She didn't care. She didn't understand why I would drive out and risk my life to buy these toys. But you watching this video, you get it. You probably wish you saw the ad before me if you lived in the same city as me. Also, after playing with Ravage for 1 day, I broke his leg. So I ended up getting a second one. This is the broken one here with the glued on leg. And this is the one that goes in his chest, who stays there forever and will never be transformed. The replacement cost me more than all 3 of these combined on Reddit. But now I can keep one inside and keep one outside. In animal mode. Look, see? Now, thanks for listening to my dumb story here. And thanks to the seller. Johnny, if you're watching this, thanks for the sale. And you watching at home, thanks for watching my videos. And like and subscribe if you like my content.